on. Okay, so this is the MG ZS, and that's not to be mistaken with the ZS from the early 2000s with the big V6, which was their take on a sports car. This is an all new car. It's MG's take to 4x4, cheap motoring at its very best. So this has got the desirable 1.5 litre engine in it, which produces 119 brake horsepower and 150 newton meters of torque. But there is a 1 litre available as well for people who are interested in the environment. And it comes with an automatic gearbox, so if you struggle with mobility, then that is the one you should buy. It produces 113 horsepower and 130 newton meters of torque, which is good. Automatic gearbox, which I highly recommend because I'm not the biggest fan of manual. Prices, so the standard car, the Explorer, starts at the standard car starts at £12,500, and then the model up from that is the Excite model, which starts at £13,000, and then this model, which is your Executive, which is your top of the range, starts at £15,000 and comes with pretty much all the gizmos in the book. Apple CarPlay, lovely infotainment structure, LED headlights, cruise control, stop start and stuff like that. And this is a very good looking car. From the front it looks like a Mazda CX-5, and from the back it looks like the Nissan Qashqai. So, but the problem is with the Chinese, they tend to copy a lot of people, and that's why the cars look so good. Now MG stands for Morris Garages, who were bought out by the SIAC Motor Company, who used to be called Shanghai Motors, and they make stuff such as the Rowway and other cars as well. So I'm going to give you some consumer advice now, because I don't usually do it. So let's start with the boot. The boot space comes standard with 448 litres, but if you fold the seats down, it'll come up to over 1300 litres, which is very good. So the boot space is fine, there's no problems with that. The driving position is fantastic. It's high up, you've got a load of space, enough headroom for someone who's tall like me, over 6'1". Other good things, it's very economical. You've got a choice of 2 engines. The 1 litre is, the 1 litre I wouldn't recommend, however, because it's just not powerful enough. And then moving on to things I don't like, I'm not a big fan of this fake carbon fibre on the dashboard. That doesn't suit it. I like other things I'm not a fan of. There's few 2 buttons on the steering wheel. I like buttons to be steering wheel full of buttons. But apart from that, I like the dashboard. That's very nice to look at. Simple. Steering's fantastic. I like the steering a lot. It comes in 3 modes: light or heavy, or 2 modes should I say, light and heavy. So you can just drive around and you can drive this thing with your little finger. It's that light. The steering's that good. You can just turn the wheel, no problems at all. Gearbox is good. Clutch is very light. If you're going to do a long miles though, like if you travel, I'd recommend you get the manual, but the automatic I should say, because even though they are a bit dim-witted and slow in traffic and in stop-start, this is the one. The automatic is good if you are, in the nicest way, but if you struggle with mobility and all that. But the manual is very good if you're driving like just around town and stuff like that. Then I would recommend you buy one. And at £15,000, you can't go wrong. It's got enough space for passengers in the back. It's got enough space in the back as well. It's nicely made, very nicely laid out. It's not too complicated. And it gets up to speed easier as well. got the stop start on it as well, so when you come to a stop in traffic, the car will cut out for you, and then to start it you just stop, you dip the clutch and it just starts up and you pull away. But you can cut that out. As I said, it's got the traction control on it, the cruise control on it as well, so if you don't want to be using your accelerator for a long journey, you just set the cruise control and let the car do it for you. All you do is just use the brake and turn the steering wheel. Now if you are going to buy one of these, it only comes in a petrol, which I'd recommend, but I have heard they're going to make an electric version, which I would not recommend. I'd just walk away from that, to be fair. It's not very good. It's not, electric cars are completely pointless at the moment. This is lovely, it gets up to speed easily. Even though the car is 15 grand, it's not real leather, and that's where they've gone wrong. They could put real leather in it, just because this fake leather lets the car down slightly. If you put leather in a car like this, it'll just finish it off, give it more of a nicer look. And there is one other problem with this car. If you want a 5-star car on safety ratings from the Euro NCAP, then you're better off looking somewhere else, because this car, because it lacks on safety features, only got a 3-star, which is quite crucial if you are into your safety, which I'm not. So I would buy one of these just as a daily driver. It holds to the road nicely. The cornering's very good. The wheels though, it sits on 17-inch alloy wheels, which lets this car down on the outside aesthetically, because it leaves you with a big enough space under your wheel arches to put your head. So to make that better, they should fit this car with 19-inch alloy wheels, and then it would ride better, it would hold to the road slightly better as well. But I'm struggling for other things to mock this car on, which is a good thing, because I do quite like it. But there are other cars like this. There's the Nissan Qashqai and the Nissan Juke, which I wouldn't recommend at all, because they're not very good and they're horrible looking. But this, good car, you should buy one. But as I said, it's not got the best Euro NCAP safety rating on it, which is okay. It's very economical. They should make a sportier version of this to bring it over 200 horsepower, but I don't see MG doing that. But I think they should, because then that would be a hot SUV, sports utility vehicle, and I think that would be a great car if MG did make a hot version of this with over 200 horsepower. Because I know I would buy one then, because it's a lovely car.